All right. How you guys doing? Oh, maybe I should mute that. Nice to see everyone. My name is Stoppin' Fritz, or you can call me Fritz. I'm honored to start out this marathon. Shadow is a great friend of mine, and I'm really looking forward to showcasing Kingdom Hearts 2. It's the final mixed version for the PS4. Critical mode, any percent. Critical mode is the hardest difficulty. Okay. So let's see. So Shadow, I'm ready. If you want to give me a countdown in chat.
Yep, just...
Okay, I can count down. Okay. We're gonna get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. Thankfully about this game, we can skip all the cutscenes. So in this game, we first start out as Roxas, not as Sora. We're going to be in Roxas for about 16 minutes. We have options here for starting options. We choose offense. It gives us a bit more strength, which helps us. Strength is always good. Bit of orange. We're gonna do 2, 1, 3, dodge, 2, 3. Okay, so that manipulates the following enemy, which I'll show you in just a minute. So we're gonna be fighting that dusk that's running away from us. And this fight, we don't have to win it. If we just take enough damage, then it progresses the fight. So what we're gonna do, what we did is we manipulated him from like a hard reset of the game to just do a pattern that easily kills us. So we're gonna go over here, he's gonna do this pattern and then boom. Alright, so now we have the Keyblade now. And we'll just do a 2, 1, 3. And that's it. Two, 3. Skip some more cutscenes. Show us how to save. And now we're gonna skateboard over here. The part of the story right now is we have to make some money. Thankfully, you only have to do one job, which is Tony Hawk's Mail Time. Hey, sub 7, how about that? So now we go grab the skateboard again to go up here. Why we go this way? I just know that's where to go. Okay. So now we're going to be fighting this dusk again. Or, I don't know if it's the same one, but it's another one. It takes 10 empty hits on him to progress. 1, 2. Whoa! Couldn't get the finishers off. There we go. Alright, so we're taking the shield here. This determines which abilities we learn as we level up, like the order in which we learn them. We're going to be around like level 30, 32 by the time we end the game. And we choose shield because it gives us the ability once more around 2 hours in, which is what we really need. Once more prevents us from being comboed into death, which is very important, like mid to late game, because we take a lot of damage. Critical mode is we start off with a bunch of AP and all these abilities, which we put on right away. The only one we don't put on is no experience. We don't put on the ability that prevents us from gaining experience. There are categories that do put that on. Just like there's a category called level 1 critical mode, which is insane. Just you play this whole category without leveling up, and it is madness. Alright, so here's the first boss. It's Twilight Thorn. After some tea. Oh, Shadow and I know we know a good song for this. It's reversal, 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 reversal. Yep. So there's an action command that. So base box kind of link and I hit it and. Alright, so we have another reaction command right here, and then we're going to try to get 4 combos in on him. Whoa. Barely got 4 combos. Okay. One over here, try to get another combo. Try to knock these guys away. Good. Okay, that was a great fight. So what you try to do is do 2 combos and then run away so that those little vines don't hurt you. I'm sorry I didn't explain it during. It was a bit tough too. But that was a good fight. Alright, so now we have the struggle fights. I'll have to equip guard first. We try not to have many menus where you just equip one thing, but sometimes we just kind of have to. Alright, so now we're fighting Hainer. This fight, whoops. When you hit them, like these orbs kind of go everywhere. You have to get all the orbs. Thankfully with critical mode, you're given the ability draw, which kind of helps you draw in the orbs from all around you. On other difficulties, you don't have that, which is really tough. So now we have Vivi. Don't worry, I do take a hit intentionally, don't worry. We're gonna do 2 into a full combo. Same thing. We're gonna take a hit here into aerial recovery, hit him once, and then finish him off. He needs one more hit. So if we get all 200, then it just ends the fight right away, which is what we want. So now we have 3 deaths to kill, and then we have Axel. I'm gonna do a reversal right here, and then we're gonna do some hits. Auto target, please. That was pretty good. Alright, so now it's Axel. We just need 3 combos, guard, and 3 combos. If it works well, then it'll work. Whoop, that didn't work well. This isn't going well. Okay, that happened. Oh yeah, more reversal. I didn't stagger him at first, so that was problematic. Alright, now we have Setzer, and this is where this becomes a true RPG, because I hit him, and he hits me, and I hit him, and he hits me. If you guys can help me win this fight, I will give you my next paycheck. Now, so we lose that fight on purpose, because when we lose, it gives us this medal, which you'll see right there. And that medal gives us more strength. We want more strength. If we win that fight, we get something that gives us more defense, which, I mean, we have ways of getting it, but we need the more strength, especially early on. Oh, you can help me with when we do randos, being Setzer. All right, I'll take you up on that. We need to do another rando sometime soon. All right, we have a menu here. All right, so I put on scan so we can now see enemies' health. I put on that metal so we have one more strength, and then I adjusted the settings where later we're going to be summoning some friends like Chicken Little, the genie from Aladdin, and Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. It just prevents like this long animation from playing every time we summon them. Like if you play Kingdom Hearts 1, they always have that long animation that plays. This, you can actually just turn the animation off, thankfully. So I just did that. And look. Oh, there's Hainer. Hainer doesn't appear until like 3 seconds after you start. Okay, this is an RNG heavy fight right here. These VVs take one hit, but they can be a bit janky. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was going to be really good. Oh. Okay, that was really good. They can really spawn everywhere and go everywhere, but that was a really good fight. Alright, so we turn into the Tony Hawk again. Go over here. So now this will be our first fight that we're approaching in which an enemy has a health bar. It's Shadow Roxas. She spawns from the waterfall because that makes sense. So we're gonna do a 4-hit combo. Dodge him. And do a 3-hit combo, and then just dodge, and then another 3-hit combo until he's gone. There we go. How's everyone's Friday going? It is Friday, right? So we're gonna jump up here, grab this potion. So now we have 2 potions. We have 3 item slots. You want to fill them up by the time we get to Sora. So now we're going to the rodeo. Still awake from Thursday at 5 a.m.? Oh my goodness. So now we're at the rodeo. Roxas, I think he's from Texas. I'm not saying that as if it's good or bad, take it as you will. So we just mash triangle here. There's like no timing to it. You can, like the reaction command shows up, but it like won't punish you for pressing it early or late. You just mash triangle. Yeah, I understand the nerve, Shadow, but you know, I'm definitely happy to be here for you, and I'm sure everyone else is too. So we really appreciate you doing this. It's such a nice thing for you to do this for a friend going through a very difficult time. All right, so that was all the sort of mini games that we had to do. We just have to go here to progress, like go to the story triggers to go to the cutscene. He's not a rodeo if he's using both hands. I stand corrected. It's funny, I don't have live split right now, but I have a foot pedal that I use for live split, and like 3 or 4 times I've wanted to press it. Okay, so in Twilight Thorn, that boss earlier, it's important that I killed a few, or at least one of those nobodies that spawn, because we want to hit an EXP threshold by the time we're done with Roxas. So you'll see when I'm done with this fight, it'll say either 42 or 39 EXP left, which is what we need. Because it'll give us level 3 by the time we're done with Roxas, which is a strength increase. Alright, there you are. This guy's gonna spawn. Whoa, camera! There we go, yeah, 39. So that means when we're done with this upcoming fight, we're gonna have level 3, and I mean our level carries over from Roxas to Sora, which is what we need. It gives us every time we level up in critical mode, I believe it's 3 strength that we increase instead of other difficulties, a 2 increase, which is, well, it's not every level up, but every level up that gives us a strength increase. You level up certain stats each time you level up, I think that's also dependent on which route you take, sword, shield, or magic. All I know is that with this route, level 3 is a strength increase. So now we're going to the mansion? So like if I needed to, I could have killed that creeper right there. But I didn't need to because I'm already good. Grabbing that potion. Now we have a full item slots, which is good. Gotta get out of the weight room. Story reasons. Jumping down. Now we're going to the basement. We have to go upstairs to go to the basement. Makes sense, right? Ooh, fancy basement. Broken computer. Okay, now we have 4 dusk. And when 3 of them die, 2 assassins are going to spawn. But we're going to try to do this thing where we where our Keyblade hits hit multiple of them at once. Okay, now these guys spawn. I'm going to stop one of them. Oh, nice. Okay, that was a good fight. Because usually, I lucked out there. That assassin usually goes underground and stays there, but I got him when he was up. Okay, now we have Axel. Easy fight. We just run around him, and then we mash X until he goes away. So he's... Whoa, what happened there? Alright, now we go to the middle, do this first reaction command, not the second. Now go right into our finisher with square, knock him up in the air, and then finish him off. Oh, it's 1554? That's a pretty good Roxas section. I have some carrots over there. I'm sorry if you can hear me chewing. Alright, so now we're done with Roxas. We have a sword menu. Bear with me. Alright. So what I did is I changed Donald and Goofy's AI so they attack enemies that Sora is not targeted to. I removed Donald's ability to heal me, which is because we're going to be doing some death abuses. And then I removed all of their items. And I also made it so all Sora's potions refill when I'm out of a fight. Gotta love those menus. Alright, so this is a fight we're gonna death abuse too. We kind of take a few hits. I gotta get hit once more. These guys aren't being helpful right now. Okay. That's right, more reversal. So like we're not in Sora's normal form yet. He's still in his like Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit. So he has limited, I guess, combat abilities here. Once he gets into his normal outfit in a few minutes, then he starts getting his own abilities and in his magic and stuff. We're death abusing again here. Gotta take one more hit. There we go. There's Pete. Gotta grab that ether right there. Ethers are very important. If our magic is not being recharged, like meaning if we have a non-zero amount of magic, ethers will completely refill our magic, which is very important. We're going to be using a bunch of them later. Like every item that we buy that's not armor is going to be an ether. I buy armor because for safety, because I don't go for too risky strats yet. Oh, that was good. Whoa, buddy. Like top level runners don't buy any armor. They just go completely YOLO. That was alright. So my PB in this was is a 30308, which is I think 15th or 16th place. The world, and it has like, I don't know, 3 or so deaths. Like it has 2 minutes lost to Zigbur, which is like 2 hours and 50 minutes in. It's so annoying. Okay, this fight, we're gonna do 3 hits on the soldier, and then he's gonna do a reaction command. So ideally that would have killed all of them. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing with this soldier. Oh, and that killed all of them. It killed 3 soldiers. Awesome. Swag. Let's slide to the left. Slide to the right. Charlie Brown. Alright, we killed that soldier just for EXP and money. And now we're at Yensid. Spoiler alert, it's Disney spelled backwards. And now we're gonna talk to a fairy who's gonna make us change clothes. Because that makes sense, right guys? Alright, so now we're in our normal outfit. So I gave myself a time estimate of 3:15 here to account for a few deaths, because some deaths here can just happen, and sometimes you can lose a few minutes off of them. So we got our Valor form now, which we're going to be using a lot for movement. See, it's a lot faster. We're going to jump up here. There we go. It's like a 2 Keyblade form, like physical hits only, no magic. Alright, so here we're going to run back. Do 2 hits, go into a finisher, double finisher. Oh, we need the... Alright, we want that samurai to spawn. Okay, that was alright. So our Valor form levels up based on the number of times we actually hit an enemy. So we want that to happen, because when we level up our Valor form, we get to, like, this form gauge that we use will start larger, and it'll give us abilities like high jump on regular Sora, which is what we need later. And that's routed in. So the first big fight here is Bailey right in here, which is with Leon. So we're gonna run back here. We want Leon to go to the gate. We're gonna use some blizzards on these guys. Hopefully they die. Oh. Okay, these guys spawned. Good, we're gonna use this reaction command. Come on, there we go. Uh-oh. Yep. I couldn't recover from that. Okay, thankfully that's a quick death. I don't like dying there, but that's okay. So I thought that reaction command was going to stun that samurai, but it didn't. So I guarded, but I guarded too early. Carrot. Alright. You want to see if we can line these guys up so we can hit them with a bunch of blizzards. Nice, okay. Oh, that was good. Come on. So now all these guys have spawned. This is the last wave. I want my blizzards back. There we go. Man, that was a really good Bailey for having died first. Second Bailey was really good. Alright, so no one saw that. No one saw me die there, right? No one saw it, didn't happen. Oh, so now we have our gummy missions. And Shadow, I have something planned. I have a new hat for each gummy mission. Wah! Wah, Luigi! Oh yeah, I have a bunch of hats over there. Hats are routed into this run. I forgot I was muted. I said, Shadow, don't give away the other secret. It's okay. Alright, so first world is Land of Dragons, Mulan world. Sepeti. We have a quick menu where we bring Goofy in our party, remove Ping's items. It's Ping, not Mulan. Then we do this quick tutorial menu here, which is faster later, and I'll explain why. Storm. We're gonna buy this fire bangle for later. It's for defense. All right, so first fight here, we want to shadows. I'm just kidding. I love you. Okay, that was good. Stay. Alright, so we have 3 missions to do. In this first one, we're gonna try to kill these first 2 night crawlers, night walkers, I forget what they're called. There we go. Got Valor 2, which is what I wanted. Okay, revert from Valor, bring Donald back in our party, and then we're gonna be using fire on a bunch of these shadows. Oh, let's get rid of him. And there's one up here. There we go. All right, that wasn't bad. So the second one is the hardest. I'm gonna start with some fires on these guys. Owie. That was close. Donald. Okay. We gotta wait for this guy to attack. 3. And then 4. Oh, Donald got him. Okay, now we got this guy. Whoa! Alright, we gotta heal. Playing it safe. Okay. That was a bit monk-ass. If you leave those crawlers alone, they do attack. Alright, so this one, we're gonna blizzard this guy. There's a spawn order to these guys. We just go over to them. We just gotta kill these. Okay. Really? Okay. Two more. Or wait, I think just, yeah, one more. This guy. Now, the Nightcrawler spawn, we're gonna bring Goofy in because we're gonna be going Valor again. Where? It didn't kill him? There you are. Alright, there we go. So we go Valor for movement, and it's also just faster to have it up here. Because this fight is what we call mountain climb. So we're gonna do a aerial finisher combo into these guys. Boy, that was good. And do a bunch of aerial hits on these guys too. Owie. So we hit this guy, so he brings him over here. That prevents a big Assault Rider, that like big Centaur thing, from loading right here. I guess it goes by the same algorithm in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, like original from the PS2, where it couldn't load it. Of course, the PS4 doesn't have any trouble loading that, but I guess it just goes by the same rules. Alright, so now that... So we wanted to keep Valor there until we enter that fight for movement, and also because it gives us full drive at the end of the fight. We're going to kill this Assault Rider first. He's going to attack. We're going to avoid it. Do two combos. It'll stun him. Now we have a bunch of shadows that we need to fire. Alright, now we should look... Come here, my pretties. There we go. That was pretty good. Alright. Good, we sprayed out an attack. Now we finish him off. Oh, baby. This is a good fight. Okay. Now the next fight is strictly timed. We can't beat it any faster or slower. And there's a timer on the screen. It's 60 seconds, equivalent to, I don't know how many minutes that is. It's just 60 seconds. And then, so we try to get as much EXP as we can. Crucial. Alright, so we first kill this tower. We want to kill as many towers as we can. They give more EXP and they also give money. Then we have these guys. They have a nice reaction command. Where are you? It's like the ones all above there aren't really spawned. They're just kind of there. Only the ones that kind of swoop down are spawned. Ooh, that was good. Oh, they already spawned. So at 30 seconds, these guys spawn again. There we go. Owie. Okay, ideally you want around 60 kills there, but I think I got enough Bolt Tower kills that was okay. We have a little menu here. So we change Mulan's AI. Whoops. Okay. So we changed Mulan's AI, so she now attacks enemies other than Sora, which is what we want, because they're gonna be, like, we're gonna be fighting a boss while there are other enemies around for Mulan to occupy. And then we put on Slide Dash, which is a very good Keyblade hit. It's called a combo modifier, so like instead of just doing a regular Keyblade hit, it makes it so like if we're far enough away from an enemy, it'll just slide into them, which is nice. And then we put on Combo Boost, and we put on our Fire Bengal, our armor that we got. And we also put on Mulan's Limit, which we're going to be using right here. With Mushu. What's up, Eddie Murphy? We just mashed triangle. So, level 10 right there means that we got the EXP that we needed in that fight. Okay, and that fight went well enough. Sometimes it doesn't kill all of them. Alright, we're going Valor again for final fight here against Shan Yu. Sip a tea. We're gonna run back. And then hit him to bait out this reaction command where you kind of like do a sword fight lightsaber thing. Up. Well, it didn't work well. Bird. Go away, bird. Alright. Okay. Did that without the reaction command. I'm surprised that didn't turn out the way I wanted it, but we still won. Alright, so next world is probably one of the toughest early game worlds. It's Olympus Coliseum. There are multiple fights. Well, the first fight in it, if you die, you lose about 2 minutes. So the first fight is what we call Hades Escape. You have 4 waves of enemies to get rid of, like maybe 2 or 3 hits and you're dead. And you have Hades throwing fireballs at you, and Hades is invincible. Oh yeah, time for a new hat. Thank you. Well, it won't fit that well. I bought this one on Amazon not knowing that it was like a kid's size hat. My head is way too big for it. Oh, I didn't know there's a Birth by Sleep hat. That's awesome. I guess I haven't looked for him now. Shadow, is audio balance okay? Sounds good. Oh, in this gummy mission, we want to actually destroy the cannons because they do a lot of damage. Ow. Yes, you're right. Oh, really? That's awesome. Well, gummy missions are a good break. It's like a 3-minute break where you very often can just mash X and circle to hit and dodge most of the time. They do take about, I don't know, 20 minutes of the run or so, maybe even longer. It's like, once you saw it, it's like, yes! Perfect, I'll take it. I'm actually curious to see how that works. I don't know if I've seen an incredible speedrun, though. I'll definitely have to check that out. Alright, here we go. Rock Titan. We won't fight him in this game, but he just kind of shows up for that. And shut up, Meg. Shoutouts to Family Guy. So we're making our way to Hades. There's not really any fight until we get there. Do a little slide dash there for movement. So later on in the game, we are going to have better movement options. We just don't have the ability to get them right now. Oh, he did? Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna run up here. It's like we're gonna have this fight that we're gonna be doing. We have to run down here and do four waves of enemies. No, that's not. There we go. I wanted to do a slide dash on that flower, but it targeted the little bubble there. These bubbles have MP orbs. I don't like them, so we don't use them. I dodge these lance soldiers. Okay, here's a little pre-fight. It just counts like fake hits. We just do a slide dash into a fire. Then we have a menu. And then the real fight comes. Got Orin. Put on Donald's Cure, take off Orin's main ability, and take off his items. Gotta fire these guys, baits out their reaction command, that bat cry. There we go, that was good. Alright, now I'm gonna go in the first person mode, because we want Orin to be near us, to see if he can tank hits instead of us. We're gonna go over here, guard these guys. Oh... Okay. I didn't want to get hit there, but I did. So we gotta go into Orin's limit for safety. Hades was being a prick. Whoops. Okay. That was a bit slow, but that's okay. I'm gonna heal here for safety. We're gonna go over to the right here, bait out another bat cry. Ow. Same thing here. This is the final wave. Okay, that was a good finish. That final wave was pretty darn good. The second wave there, like the second level, ideally you just want to keep doing fires on all those enemies, and you'll have Hades either do nothing if you have good RNG, or like if you just have good luck. In other terms, you'll get your enemies in between you and Hades, your friends in between you and Hades. But when Hades throws a fireball, they just take the hit instead, and it takes like 4 or 5 fires to get rid of them. So now we have the hardest fight in the game. Frank or Z? Oh. Shit. That was terrible acting, by the way. So we use Mickey Mouse in this. It's faster. There are certain fights where Mickey Mouse will always show up. And like the first time he's able to show up, he will. And this fight is faster. Owie. So we gotta get his drive back up to 3. There we go. Uh-oh, he's doing the orb attack again. Okay, there we go. I had to dodge those orbs because it's like 2 hits and you're dead. Alright. Orin left our party. I forget why. I kind of forgot most of the story in this game. Well, I mean, I remember a good bit, but like most individual world stories, who knows? So I guess part of the lore is that like we can't use drives in the underworld yet, but we're leaving the underworld so we can use drives. So we go into a drive right away so we can save time with movement. Then we see our boy Danny DeVito. And we have some... There we go. I think it was actually because of Demix. Because you can't use drives until you get rid of Demix in this world. So it's like the organization's power. But I'm not entirely sure. Wow. They're all gone. I could have gone to the other ones. Who cares though? Alright, so that's all we have for the overworld. Well, actually, we have one more fight up here later. But a quick menu. Because I guess even though we ran here, Phil's already way down here. Because reasons. We're gonna get this power boost. It permanently raises our strength. We're gonna use it with an AP boost. And then put on aerial dive, which is like an aerial attack that we can use from the ground. It's a very good attack. And then counter guard, which is like a sort of reversal attack. If we guard something, it makes them vulnerable. We're gonna skip this cutscene here. Grab this ether. We're on our way to Demix. Demyx. Lovato. So we don't really fight him though. We like his little gimmick is water clones. Right now we just have water clones to get rid of. Dance, water dance. So we just gotta use these reaction commands. There's 100 of them, but like thankfully they get rid of each other. One hit breaks it, baits out the RC. Whoa. This is not that great. The target system can be used here if you're good. Okay, that'll do it. Oh, that's right, reversal. Alright, so now we have 2 fights against Pete. I imagine my boss looking like this Pete because my boss is named Pete. So this fight is timed, we can't do anything about it. It just progresses after a certain amount of time. So we try to get some EXP and money if we can. Camera, thank you. Oh, I wanted that to hit Donald. Oh, there's money. Money. Oh, wow, that didn't... Does Goofy have iframes during that? Okay, he's gonna spawn those. We're gonna get them. My nose is itchy. Whoa, I didn't want to hit you. Okay. So if we kill those fast enough, he might spawn some more. And that's why Shadow's saying, give me 1, coach, give me 2, coach. We can get some extra EXP if he spawns these hook bats. Oh. Give me 1, coach! Only 1. I'm gonna do a dash into Valor form. I'm gonna do this reaction command. Where is the reaction command? No, that was almost so good. That's okay. Okay. Pardon me. So normally you should get a back cry right after you go Valor, but I don't know what happened there. But thankfully, it went alright. Alright. So that fight just gave us Trinity Limit, which is what we're going to be using. And we also equipped an Ether into one of our item slots. So this is the Hydra. Here, we're going to be using Trinity right away. We kind of, not really cheese this fight, but we don't do it the way the devs intended. We use Trinity to kind of just get the damage we need, but it is still a dangerous fight. So we use Trinity right away to bump him into his next phase. We got to use this reaction command. We're going to land on his back. Hey, Sora! We gotta kill these heads now. Okay. Good. Come on. There we go. Slide dash. Alright. So now that we're done with that, it just so happens that we have our MP back, or we can only use our limits if we have MP. There we go. Going back into another Trinity. This is going to do a lot of damage. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, that was some good damage. Owie. Okay. So, it's possible to kill him before you go into another Trinity there. But sometimes it's tough. He has different head patterns. But that Trinity finished it off and we're done with OC. So I think we have like 2 more fights that are coming up that are death intended. Or like, you know, like if you take enough damage, you don't die. If you take enough damage, then it just progresses. So that Keyblade that we just got from Olympus Coliseum, we're going to be equipping here. Whoops. There we go. Another short menu. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. So this fight, we're just going to hit one of these soldiers, he's going to attack us, and that'll be it. That's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, that works too. So now we got our first summon, Chicken Little, which is what we're going to be using in a little bit. Okay. What do we have now? We have dinosaurs now. Oh, this is... There we go. That's a Patrick Star emote, I love it. Alright, so we're just under a third done with the game so far. It's about a 3-hour run, give or take. I lost about, I don't know, 30 to 40 seconds early on. I guess it's good that I don't have live split up and running, because I might be a bit, I don't know, self-conscious or worried about seeing my plus or minus right now, but... What's under the hat? It's not a brain. It's another hat. It's like Sasuke from Naruto. What's under the mask? It's another mask. Wait, not Sasuke. There we go. See, dinosaurs. Ooh, ah. Alright, so I think upcoming is the last fight to which we Death Abuse. We have a bunch of shadows. Imagine, imagine if there were this many of you. Can you guys attack me, please? Oh, no, Donald. Okay, this is not going well. Finally! I got too many HP orbs and Donald healed me. That did not go well, but that's okay. Alright, so we go Valor for movement. We first go to Belle's room. I guess we just go in the hallway and then we appear in Belle's room, because that makes sense. Well, we probably do in the cutscene, but cutscenes are just a theory in this game. Now we go to the west wing. Now we're gonna push a wardrobe. We don't have to mash, but I mash. There we go. Oh, we got a boss here too. We're gonna be using Chicken Little. So we're gonna do a slide dash into some aerial combos. Chicken Little's gonna take care of the enemies there. Ow. He should take care of the enemies there. Ow. Okay, that was a good fight. Now we unlock the other furniture from being trapped. Whoa. Hey, what happened there? Platforming. Now we go in here, and we need... I don't know why Donald and Goofy can't help us here, but we have the other furniture helping us. With this minigame, we just gotta lead them here. And surprisingly, you don't have very much leeway here. Like, you'll see, we have to, like, light these 3 lamps by the time that grip gauge goes out, and you'll see it'll get kinda low. Oh, that's the spot. You know how to scratch my back. Yeah, see, like, we have very little gauge left. Alright, we're gonna go Valor again for movement. Now we're gonna fight Beast, who's then gonna join us. Does not know the power of the dark side. So we're gonna stun him and then do a quick Valor air combo. And that'll be it. There we go. Reversal, 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 reversal. Got a menu here. We're gonna take Donald, Beast AI, and other things. That was almost a perfect menu until I missed the X button. So I also put on upper slash, which is a combo option that knocks enemies into the air. We're going to be using that very shortly. And I took off Beast's auto limit, so that means his limit doesn't appear as like a reaction command, which I don't want. Reversal. Wait, sorry, wrong song. All right, here we're gonna run back to bait out this kind of attack. Jump so he doesn't swallow us. He's gonna go into the chandelier. Gonna do this reaction command, do a full combo on him. And finish him off before he goes into the window. There we go. So that was the first part of a 2-part fight. Here we're going to do a quick Valor air combo with 2 finishers. Go into Beast Limit. What happened there? Okay, look out there. I don't know why he went all the way across it. I haven't seen that before. Oh yeah, auto limit is definitely annoying. We turn all those auto limits off in the speed run. As far as I know, in any speed run. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I don't have time for a new hat. Sorry, guys. Alright, so now comes the most annoying strat in this speedrun. We have to push a mouse. So, like, there's a strat where you have to guide Minnie down this hallway, Minnie Mouse. But it's faster to just get her against the wall and push her. But that's really finicky. But we're gonna do it anyway. Always normal when you're watching? Okay. So we're gonna bring her to the... Oh, she got yeeted. Alright. There we go. So when she's about to do that pearl attack, Oh my gosh, this is going well. Nope. There we go. That was really good. Why does it only go good in marathon runs? Alright, so here, we can't really push her, but we need to get some EXP here. So, it takes 3 attacks, like mini attacks, to kill one of these guys. Oh, and we're already good on EXP. How is that possible? So we want to be around 526 EXP until the next level, which we already are. It's never been that way for me before. I guess it might have been because we killed a bunch of shadows when I was trying to death abuse. But I will take the free EXP. If these guys want to die. Explode, please. 410, okay. Whoa. 318. Okay. No. Put on that sardonyx ring that we bought at Beast Castle. More strength. Strength is good. We need to go here because a magician tells us how to open a door. Makes sense. Now we're in Timeless River. It's the next world. We have to face Old Pete. So we just do a few hits. And then finish him off with a full combo. Now the rest of this world is basically Chicken Little World. We're going to be using them in 3 fights. The next 3 fights. He kind of rounds up enemies and stuns them. It's very important. So we're going to be using that here. He's going to pull him in. We use 2 fires into 2 thunders. Finish him off with a fire. Now it's going to bounce us up. Oh. Okay. Ideally that would kill them all up in the air. Okay, that was a bit slow, but that's okay. Ideally, that reaction command where you do this Keyblade spin gets rid of all of them, but it's a bit... I don't know, I'm not that consistent with it. Timeless River is such a great world, except for the fact that I almost always lose a lot of time. Alright, here we go again. Pull him, please, thank you. Really? Can you pull them? Oh, you gotta pull all of them, Chicken Little. Thank you. Pull them again, thank you. Are you gonna pull them? Thank you. Can you pull them in? Thank you. Alright, so that strat really relies on his ability to kind of whistle them and pull them in, which he should do if you're close to Chicken Little and yet enemies are far enough away. I'm having trouble with that fight a little bit. I need to practice it more. Alright, we're gonna do that again. He's gonna pull in these shadows. Now we have... Oh, they went underground. Alright, now we have these hot rods, which are the toughest enemies here. Alright, you gotta do something, Chicken Little. Okay. Got two of them now. Oh, that was pretty good. For that fight, you really have to rely on them, on Chicken Little stunning those hot rods, because if they go into that berserk phase, they do a lot of damage. I lucked out there. Hi, Excalibur. How's it going? Alright, last one here. We don't need Chicken Little. So we go to Trinity here, and just face it towards the wall, because it's just going to do that damage right there. It does a finisher damage, which kills the rest of them. Alright, so now we have two fights left in this world. One of them is... They're both against Pete. One of them is what we call Boat Pete.
You most couldn't follow me if you wanted to. Later,
so we need to do the reaction command on 3 of these little boxes. So I'll read chat in just a minute. We're gonna get this, that synth item right there, which will come into use later. Alright, Valor level 3 we needed. Now we just need to do these hits here, anticipating this reaction command, which, there we go. If we're in mid-combo there, that'll knock us off and lose a lot of time. Oh. Yeah, Izzy, that's the unfortunate thing. It's not Kingdom Hearts isn't ported on PC, which is unfortunate. And it's a lot of the games in the franchise have, very interesting combat. All right, so now is against Final Pete. We're gonna do a combo, owie. This is not going well. Okay. There we go. We're going to do Trinity in this, because it does damage to all the fires, which then when we target it to Pete, it does that, and it brings him to the next phase. This is like a 4 or 5 phase fight. One combo, 2 combos, he's going to retaliate. Air combo. There we go. Same thing here. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna run up and hit him once. He's gonna pound the ground. We're gonna jump in the air. And we're gonna do 2 reaction commands to finish him off. There we go. That was a really good fight. The first phase was a bit iffy, but everything else went perfectly. That fight can go very south very quickly. Oh, yeah, so Izzy, that's the thing about this franchise. It gets, like, the first game or so, the story is kept together a little bit, but then it gets really out there. I'm gonna pour some more tea. This is like the safest gummy mission for a bathroom break. Yeah, you're right. Toy Story is in Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 definitely has phenomenal graphics and just otherworldly kind of music. It's actually a great casual experience too. And I guess one thing that I like about Kingdom Hearts 3 as a casual experience is that like each world that you go to has like a pretty long story arc. Like, so you know, like every world that you go to in this game maybe has like, I don't know, 4 or 5 fights, give or take. Some have even fewer. But each story in each world that you go to in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's a while, and like it's a deep story too. I mean, oh yeah, Cloud. The thing is, I bought the DLC, but I haven't played it. I've watched a few people play it, but I haven't played it. I hate to say it, but Kingdom Hearts 3 so far has been a one playthrough game for me. I definitely plan on playing it again. That's the way I am with a lot of games. If I don't speedrun it, it's very often a one playthrough game, which is unfortunate. Because a lot of games that I play are just great games. Uh-oh. Lack of sleep. I forgot I have carrots. Gotta pour my tea. Whoops. Second time loss.
Let's go.
Alright, we got Chicken Little here. We just gotta do 2 blizzards to progress the fight. There's like pirate lore to this, where like if they're not in the moonlight, they don't take damage. Thankfully they're in the moonlight now. It's just 2 blizzards and the 2 thunders, and they gone. So here we want to make sure we get summon level 2. If you get summon level 2, you'll see where it says summon 3 right there. It'll start, the gauge will start at 4 instead, which is very important because we want we need that buffer. Alright, here we do 2 fires. He's gonna whistle in some more. 2 more fires. Whistle him in some more. 2 fires into a thunder. And that's it. Yeah, Jason, I hope you'll I hope you'll be able to get a nap at some point. Alright, so we're gonna go into Chicken Little's limit there, because that gives us some summon experience. We have Captain Jack Sparrow in our party now. This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. We got a little boat fight here. We're gonna summon Chicken Little and just do some blizzards. Owie. There we go. Right. I hope you can use a lifeline. Alright, so now we have a time fight. We're going to be using Chicken Little. We have a bunch of pirates.
Give me strength.
So like when they're in the shadow there, they don't take damage. Ha, shadow. So we gotta lure them over here. They are very susceptible to magic. I want Chicken Little to pull these guys in. There we go. You can see, like, they have a lot of health. Ow. Whoops, that was stupid of me. Alright, it's about 30 seconds lost. That's okay, though. I should have just went back and healed. Yep. Yeah, they just go away when you die. All right. So the pirates with the little crossbow, you can do a reaction command to parry their projectile like that. Okay. I'm sorry I wasn't commentating for that. You just want to have Chicken Little, pull them in and then just get as many as you can. Okay, here we're gonna summon Chicken Little again. He's gonna pull these 3 pirates in, get rid of them. This is a pre-fight. There we go. Then the 4th one spawns, we get rid of him. Alright, now this is the most important fight in the world coming up. Okay, thanks. Alright, so we're gonna go to the corner here. There's a bunch of pirates in this fight. Chicken Little, come here, dude. Come on. There we go. So he's gonna pull him in. We do a bunch of blizzards. Ether. I don't like where you are. We're gonna go over here. Come here, Chicken Little. Pull him. There we go. So now we're gonna go to the stairs, and we want Chicken Little to constantly pull the enemies back towards me. Like that. Where are you? Thank you. Pull him, please. Thank you. Oh, that was good. I thought there was one more to spawn. Okay. Alright, so now we have a very RNG heavy fight. We just gotta knock these barrels off the boat, but like, you can get hit and die really quickly. So we're gonna get these 3 first. Got hit, so I go Valor as a way of healing and of knocking the enemies away. There we go. Now we have the final fight against Barbossa. Gonna dodge those. Alright. So he's gonna, like, darken the room with this Heartless. We gotta kill that Heartless. He's gonna spawn randomly on one of the edges. There he is. Where are you? Gonna do a combo on him. Into an air combo. There we go. Now we're gonna freeze him into combos I mean, when I get him to the loading zone over here... Shit. I couldn't get the, I don't know why I couldn't get the blizzard off. Pardon my language. I'm sorry. There you are.
Take this.
Okay. So there's like some subtle timing to get him to stay in the corner. There's some subtle timing to the to your combo hits, but you know it's basically if you blizzard him whenever he's not frozen, it makes it so things in the game, a hidden meter forcibly retaliate to you. If you blizzard him, that goes effectively to 0, so it makes it so you can effectively loop him like that. Oh, new hat. What do we have this time? Is that 3 deaths so far? Yes, Cappy made his appearance. This is a lot of fun. Like if you were to tell me like, oh, you're gonna be waking up at 7:30 a.m. to do a marathon run, I would be like, waking up at 7:30? What do you think I am, an adult? No, but this is super fun, so thanks Jason for Shadow for having me. Alright, so this upcoming world is Agrabah. We have, we got from Timeless River, we got Wisdom Form. And with that form, there's this ability called Quick Run, which is something that has this, it's a movement ability, and we're gonna be doing, we're routing in to get that on regular Sora, on base Sora. And we're gonna do that by killing Heartless in Wisdom form. But first we have a shop for some armor and some ethers, and then a big menu. If you guys like RPG menus, you're gonna like this one. Oh, we death of use this fight. Oh, he gave me the bad pattern. Helicopter. Eight. Never had that many. It's usually 6 or 7. Okay. There we go. If I didn't have other things to do, I'd explain everything. Customized Reflect, change Aladdin's AI, equip Aerial Spiral and High Jump. Took off the Lucky Luckies because I don't need them anymore. And equip Goofy's Tornado. Now, I'm in Wisdom form now, and I'm just routing in these Heartless to kill. I'm gonna get Wisdom level 2 in a minute. I would need to get Wisdom level 3 in, to get, whatever it's called, Quick Run, which is that little dash, this little dash ability. That. There we go. So I got level 2 there, I need, which is what I need. I need to get level 3 by, not the next fight, but the fight after. Because I don't consider this a boo thing a fight. So here we just have to guide a boo to the other side of the room, which just means mash triangle and jump. Even a monkey named Abu could do this. Ha ha ha. Alright, so this is a fun fight here. We're gonna be free falling. We're gonna give this guy a love tap. He's gonna attack us. We're gonna reflect. He's gonna get rid of all of them. Oh, nope. This guy was too far away. Gonna do the same thing here. Got a big guy spawning. We're gonna guard that. Do the reacting command. Do a combo into another reacting command. That'll do it. Now we've got a big guy and a bunch of little guys. We're gonna Blizzard. Reflect into Blizzard. Again. One small... Oh. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but... Okay, so now we're gonna go to the edge here. We're gonna attack one guy, then do a Reflect into a Trinity. Hopefully for a swag. What? Okay, whatever. Normally what happens is the, Reflect is supposed to carry in... Oh, Floating Sora. But I had trouble with it. Love tap, baby. Okay, so it's this fight here where we're gonna get Wisdom level 3, which will give us this little quick run thing as regular Sora, which is what we're gonna use as our main mode of movement for the rest of the game. We're gonna run to the back here, jump and reflect, get rid of all those guys. Now we're gonna bait out some attacks so we can reflect them over here from these guys. When they jump, that means they're gonna attack. I'll take an attack for 500, please, Alex. Alright, so these guys spawn. We reflect into Trinity. Oh, this might not do enough damage. I'm gonna do that, too. Let's... Okay, they all died. Okay, that was a bit monk-ass. Okay, now we're gonna equip Quick Run and some other things. One more fight in the world. Okay. Oops. So we equipped Quick Run, Experience Boost, and Aerial Finish. It's a little finisher changer. And then Donald's Comet, which we're going to use right here. It's Donald's Limit. So we've got the Fire and Ice Lords. Shoutouts to Game of Thrones. So that guy exploded into a bunch of fire dudes. We use Donald's Limit on it. Use Donald's Limit Finisher on this guy. Bring him back. Use a Valor Explosion to get back. No, I went to Limit form! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna take some time loss. was supposed to go to Valor form instead, so I'm taking some time loss. I usually buffer the menu to, So there's some form of an auto cursor to this game for the command menu. What happened was, since I just went to limit form in the previous fight, the command menu remembered that the cursor was on limit form. I usually buffer it back to Valor form there. I guess I just missed it. So, but you go Valor form there to do some quick damage on them. But that's okay. Oh, I didn't know you were singing Love Shack. Okay. Oh, what hat do I have now? Oh, that's some good tea temperature. Yeah, well, I threw him like Mario does. Now I'm wearing a beret like the world record holder does in this game. Right. In the gummy missions, this is just what you do to unlock subsequent worlds. So you're supposed to just survive through them. You can kill enemies if you want. I don't, though. Gummy missions are in pretty much every mainline Kingdom Hearts game. Yeah. This big, tough enemy just takes one hit to knock away. Yeah, so all the items that drop in, at least, I think for Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 that you get in the Gummy Missions are only usable in the Gummy Missions. However, in Kingdom Hearts 3, some items that you can get via Gummy Ship are usable, like, in other parts of the game. Which I didn't know until I had to look that up, because, like, some of the things that you can get on the Gummy Missions there are, like, I think adamantite, which is what's used to upgrade your Keyblades. It's like, oh, that's kind of useful to know. So now we have Quick Run, which is, which helps us get around faster. No. Okay. So we remove Jack's items and put on Finishing Leap, which you're gonna see in a little bit. Okay, another Death Abuse. I keep forgetting which fights we Death Abuse to, which ones we don't. Like, or I guess in advance, it's like, oh yeah, we only have one more fight to Death Abuse to, and then I come across this fight, oh yeah, we Death Abuse to that too. So we use Genie there so he doesn't do anything, so we can just take damage really quickly. Now we go into Candy Cane Lane.
You're
across the gumdrop forest. I was thinking of the movie Elf. Alright, so this fight, we're going to take a hit on purpose, don't worry. We're going to wait until the Jack-in-the-Box hits down. 2 hits, 2 reflects, take a hit. And then, okay, so now we have EXP boost activated. Now we go into Jack's limit. There we go. We wanted to get level 18, which is a strength increase. Alright, now we have a really fun fight coming up in Prison Keeper, which uses Lock, Shock, and Barrel from the movie. Is it just me, or did The Nightmare Before Christmas, did that movie freak you guys out? I really did not like it. Maybe it's just the old animation scheme. Oh, you haven't? Okay. I only saw it as a friend's house. At a friend's house, and that was like well after I actually played Kingdom Hearts 1. But I was still a kid, so. Alright, so this guy's gonna absorb Lock, Shock, or Barrel. We're gonna do. So he's got Lock. We're gonna reflect into an attack. We wanna get him to 4.5 bars. Okay. There we go. Now we do Jack's limit. It'll bring him to another HP gate. I don't like where he's positioned right now. Okay. Excuse me. Going to Valor for extra damage. Now he's in his last phase. We're gonna knock him out of it. Reflect into Trinity as we're getting out of Valor. Almost. Okay, that was a good fight. So normally, if you get enough damage, then like after going Reflect into Trinity, that should finish him off. I almost got it though. That was a pretty good fight. I mean, that was actually a really good fight. It always feels so satisfying to like menu all the way to Trinity right there. Okay, now we have to fight Oogie, and since PS4 has really good load times, we just go back to the world map to do that. To save warp, what you call. And this is, I don't want to die here because I can lose upwards of like 2-3 minutes. Because it's a gimmicky kind of fight. You have to knock 12 of these boxes up there. And I'm using Thunders because I need to get back up to 3 drive, because I got to use Chicken Little. He's going to be summoning enemies, and I'm going to be using Chicken Little to take care of them. Alright, there's 3 drive, that's good. And so like he has different attacks, but like he has clear audio cues for each of them, which is nice. Okay, I waited there so I can knock him closer here. That's right, away you go. Okay, so now after this I gotta. So now he's gonna send me some more presents. Those have enemies in them, so I have Chicken Little for those. Please. That was close. Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. Chicken Little, you have one job, dude. Alright, that's time loss. I will take it, though. Oh, he didn't summon them? So Chicken Little's supposed to whistle them in, and that... oh, I thought I was gonna die there. Alright, so now he's doing his, like, Thunder DM. So there's gonna be presents that he's sending, which I'm gonna hit back, but then there are these Thunderbolts. Thankfully, if I'm in the middle of the reaction command, I'm invulnerable, which is nice. So I can just go right through the Thunder. So now it's just 4 here, so that's it. Now he's gonna move. There we go. He has to wait until the blue lights are lined up accordingly. Whoa, okay. Alright, now he could move middle or left. Let's see what he does. Okay, good. He was charitable. Okay. Alright. We made it. We just about made it. Okay. We survived. That's a carrot. Now we just got the best spell in the game, which is Magnet. Now we got to go back to Twilight Town. We're gonna customize that to our hotkeys. And we're gonna summon Genie. We have 1 fight here, and that's it. Good, Genie's red. That's what we need. That's Valor Genie. Genie has different forms that we use. That can be used. I only use 2 of the 4 of them that could be used. Alright, so we have these dust first. I'm gonna give them a Aerial Spiral Love Tap. Reflect in the Magnet. Oh, we didn't. Okay. They're supposed to all get sucked in by it. Okay, I need to... There we go. I needed to get the Berserker's Claymore. Okay, they're all gone. And that is that. So I magnet into Trinity in such a way that the Trinity knocks those Berserkers in and out of the magnet. And every time that happens, it does damage. So those Berserkers have a lot of health, and it was just demolished there. That didn't even go optimally. You can win that last phase without even going into the Trinity finisher. Alright, that fight was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was good.
Donald's right, you know.
So it's all.
Are you guys still there?
Oh, sure, I didn't mean that.
Or is it because of my beret? Alright, so we're going back to, okay. We're going back to, Hollow Bastion, on our way to, Space Paranoids, where Tron lives.
Let's go.
Going to, Wisdom Form for movement. And we're gonna see Cloud. Say hi, Cloud. Now say bye, Cloud. Now say, hi Sid, bye Sid. Well, actually, I'm sorry, we'll see Cloud later. I think that might be the last time we see Sid. Now we jump down there. Oh, and we got some more skateboard time. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. 8,000 points. We gotta go over here. Oh, did you guys hear my back crack there? You did. Alright, so we made it through the corridors. Who would have thought? We gotta go talk to Squall. Everyone say hi, Squall. Thanks for indulging me. Alright, so now we're in the computer. In Tron's world. Part of that minigame, just grab the orbs and then do the reaction command. We're gonna get rid of the aerial finisher now and take Tron's items in this menu. There we go. Menus like that always feel really good to do quickly. Then we have one minigame here. Just gotta look for the cube that changes color and then follow it. Oh, there we go. So it always moves like 2.3 or so rotations. It's always this one after the gap. And we do it gets defeated with a finisher, and we just use a drive explosion to do that. And now we have to leave the computer because we have to. Just because. And we learn about the door to darkness. We get master form, which is a really great form we're going to be using later. And you get this chest here, which allows us to summon Stitch. A very useful summon. Whoa, camera. Okay, and now here comes Light Cycle, which is a very... orbs. It's a very Monka-esque section of the game. We have no way to heal. 2 hits and we're dead. On a bike. Alright, so the first section is quick. You wanna... Oh, baby. Where are you? There you are. Okay, I might die here. See, it's always tough to see where those guys spawn. Alright, it's gonna be a bit monk-ass. Motorcycles. Damage boost here. Did that too early. Oh well. What happens is you hit off of that guy and it knocks you to the left, but you do that right as you turn the corner. Hasn't happened where I do that and I die. Oh well. I didn't want to die there, but that's what marathon runs are like sometimes. Okay, where are you? Okay. There we go. Okay, so I made it through this section now without taking damage, so I have a much lower chance of dying now. That tea's still hot. So, like, the color of the enemies effectively dictates a sort of rock, paper, scissors of what attacks or what commands you do, or what commands will defeat them. I usually don't shield though, because usually a charge attack is sufficient for mostly all of them. Owie. Let's see if I can do it right this time. Whoa! dang it. That was the last, hallway, too. So thankfully I gave myself a buffer with an estimate of 315. I was worried about this happening. Alright, there you are. Thanks, Shadow. Thankfully, I'm not, like, flustered at all. I mean, a little bit, but I'm definitely not frustrated. Thankfully, I'm actually taking this a lot better than I would if I was going for a PB attempt. Maybe it's the carrots. Dash dance. Whoa. So this is the only option where you have left or right here. You take left because it's faster. You have to remember, left is wrong, or dang it. Right is wrong and left is right. It's simple. Of course I couldn't say that right. There's the damage boost I was looking for. See that? Alright, we made it. That was a rough last quarter. Oh. Okay, okay. Thank you for the encouragement. Appreciate that. We made it. Alright, so now we have an EXP grind. We're going to be using Stitch. One of Stitch's gimmicks is that he heals our MP, like, randomly. And we're going to be using EXP boost. So I'm going to be taking a hit from this soldier. Now I'm low health. Whenever I'm under half health, I take double EXP. And the enemies in this fight are going to spawn endlessly, and they do not drop health orbs, so I can stay low health. Okay. Oh wow, they're spawning in it. Okay. There we go. Now spawn, please. Thank you. So I'm going to do Magnet into Finishing Leap, Aerial Spiral, then Reflect, Repeat. Oh, Stitch. I need you to heal me, Stitch. Thank you. Coming in clutch, Stitch. Whoa. Alright, I need you guys to come over here. Stitch. Thank you. Okay. That was pretty good. Warning. Yeah, light cycle is rough. That's a somewhat reset heavy place. Okay, so now we're level 23. That gears us to getting once more the ability later on that prevents us from getting comboed into death. Like, if we get comboed, instead of just dying, we'll stop at 1 HP until like the combo ends. Okay, now we're approaching one of my favorite fights in the game. It's a hostile program. So we're going to be getting this Gaia Belt, which is a very useful armor. So it's a bunch of defense and resistances, like elemental resistances. So we're going to be using Donald's Comet, as well as Limit Form, which is an homage to Kingdom Hearts 1 abilities. So we're going to do a quick run into Donald's Limit, into some combos. Into his finisher. There we go. We're going to grab these orbs so we can freeze him. Whoa. Do a combo here. Go into Limit Form. Do 2 of these huge combos with huge damage. Go into Ragnarok. There we go. Now he's in his last phase already. Get all these orbs. Go back into Comet. And he's about to die. And that's a wrap. That's a carrot. Alright, now we're done with Tron World. Now we're in Hall of Bastion 3, which is a very tough world. So this upcoming fight has Heartless and Nobodies. We want to get our drive back. So we want Goofy to do his tornado. Here. There we go. Got Chicken Little now. That was good. So now since we ended with Chicken Little out, in this room, Donald and Goofy are like talking actors, so it removes them from our party. So by doing so, it gives us our drive back. That's a very important aspect to this entire route. We're going to be going right into Chicken Little again. Magnet, finishing leap, aerial spiral. Once again. Gonna... Oh. Okay. Ether there. And now, Magnet into Trinity to get our drive back. See how I got all my drive back there? That's because another thing with Magnet Trinity, when it knocks enemies in and out of the magnet, that gives us a bunch of drive, does a bunch of damage. It's a very synergizing technique. Now we're facing Gimmicks again, which is a really tough but fun fight. So we have 50 clones to get rid of. We want to get around 30 remaining. Let's see what I can do. That's good. Go into Trinity. Do Ultima right here. It's going to have 3 left now. Now we go into our finisher, and look how much damage this is going to do. It's going to do a lot. It's Demix more, Demix low auto. Okay, that was good. Going to do a combo. Go into Limit Form. Do a combo. Go into R's. Save the last hit. One more combo. Reflect into Comet. 1 combo. 2 combos. Go into his Comet finisher. And that's a wrap. Oh yeah. Got a menu here. Oh wait, what? Okay. I made a small mistake in the menu. That's okay. Alright, so it's important to know, if I die in any of these fights, I go back and have to fight Demix again. So I'm going to do this reaction command. Oh, that was good. Oh, wow. Okay. So each of these fights has a different Final Fantasy character. That one has Yuffie, this one has Squall. I'm gonna Magnet finishing leap here, all these guys. I'm gonna bait out an attack here and reflect it. Go into limit form again. Use Sonic Rave just to get some damage to everyone. Do it again. Whoa. These Morning Stars are tough enemies. Leon, my boy. Oh, there's a shadow left. Okay. Hi, Yuffie. Bye. Now say bye to Squall. Now we have Tifa. This is the toughest fight of this gauntlet. That was close. Okay, that was close. Alright, so here we got Cloud again. Where is this guy? I'm gonna thunder him so I can get the reaction command out. Gonna go into limit form to get do these Ragnaroks. And Cloud's gonna go just ham right now. Look at Cloud go. Okay, we did it. We're out of there. That was a pretty good split. I wasn't timing it though. Alright, I need to keep myself together though. That was I'm a bit anxious. We put once more on. There we go. Goofy was out of our party, so we got to put his abilities back on. Now this is probably the worst fight in the run. It's 1,000 Heartless that we have to fight, and we just have of these two types, and we have to do these reaction commands to help us kill them all. Oh, you need to. So what you're going to want to do is look for these sentry bots that give us the proper reaction command. If they very often give us the right RC, we like to call this guy Steve. If he doesn't, and gives us a long windup, we like to call him Kyle, because no one likes Kyle. Why we do that? Who knows? Oh, there we go. So I lock onto him after each time as a way of making sure, like, if he doesn't give me the reaction command, I can thunder him, which baits it out. I don't know where I am on the... Okay, I'm by the border, okay. I need to get towards the middle. Sometimes it's hard to know exactly what direction he's going to be thrown in. Whoa, buddy. And I equipped the Keyblade here that draws in health orbs from farther away. Whoops. Because the fight is so RNG heavy that it... Whoa, buddy. Okay. That was monk ass. Please. Okay, we made it, folks. Okay. Alright, so now we're about 2/3 done with the game. 209. Hopefully I can... I think I'm about okay with estimate. We did make it. The Amanda Show.
Just this feeling.
It's funny, I did watch the Amanda Show as a kid. I haven't seen it in decades. Okay, so we're first gonna go to Beast Castle. We don't complete it at first. We have like revisits to each of these worlds. We're gonna go in there so we mark the save point for like when we save warp. We're gonna get Beast out of our party, and this fight should be just a Magnet Trinity, and that's it. Let's see. This should kill them all. There we go. Isn't that cool? Oh, totally, Kyle. I'll have to look that up. Alright, let's go to Wisdom form here, and now we're gonna do a bit of a manipulation. So that is a bulky vendor. We're gonna wanna get 3 of them, and by leaving and entering this room, that's a flag for some to spawn at the other places they can spawn in other worlds. They only spawn in very certain rooms. So by entering and leaving 3 times, it marks that they are going to spawn in their other places as soon as I get there. Alright, so now we talk to Beast. Get that Rumbling Roads, that's why we came here. Now, so we get Rumbling Roads and then we leave. We're gonna finish this world later when we have more strength. Well, let's go to there. Okay, now this is my favorite world in the run. Well, it has 2 great fights and then one boring thing. So first we have a pirate fight. We just mash Blizzard. Oops. There we go. And then, so we have 2 fights against, like, this Grim Reaper Heartless. Whoops, I'm dumb. Let's go talk to Jack. This Grim Reaper, if you do enough hits or if you like stun him enough, he tries to teleport away. So this whole fight is geared towards making sure that doesn't happen with Master Form. Alright, so I'm going to do a Blizzard into a hit, Guard Break Finishing Leap, do it again. If he hits, I'm going to Reflect. Okay, he doesn't, so I'm just going to do some Blizzards until I'm out of MP. We can go to Master Form. Do a full combo with a Blizzard Ender. Look at all that damage. And do it again with some Reflex that does damage. Go to Comet, and hopefully finish him from here. Just unlocking him. There we go. Perfect. That's a carrot. That's so satisfying to get right. Yeah, thanks, but that was a perfect fight. So now, like, we have to get the medallions back. That's what we need to do in the lore. So I also need to get my drive back. So like I have to kill these gamblers in a way that gets our drive back. So I do Magnet in the Trinity in order to do that. Whoops. So I need to get 3 drive, and I'm almost there. So I'll do the same sort of thing with this gambler. Thunder, Thunder, Magnet, and the Trinity. Now I should have 3 drive, very good. So now I can get Stitch back. Let's get this medallion. Stitch, can you heal my MP? Oh, look, he actually did. Alright, this is where this one is. I have like 2 minutes to find him. It's kind of funny. Alright, got that. Thank you, Stitch. I want Stitch to have my MP full by the time I find this last one. Don't... Owie! I gotta use a potion.
Okay. Gather.
Stitch, thank you. Man, Stitch coming in clutch. And ukulele for the fans. Somewhere over the rainbow. Alright, final fight in the game. Or in the world. Grim Reaper 2. So the gimmick here is he won't take damage unless all the medallions are in that chest. So he has some medallions now, so I'm going to freeze him. Grab these. Do 2 thunders into a reflect. Knock all the medallions everywhere. Get wrecked, Donald. Okay, I'm going to bring him back and summon Genie. I'm going to do a Genie buffer strat that lets me reset my combo. That was perfect. Right, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna knock them up, lock onto him, 2 thunders, and knocks all of them out. This is second phase. Now I'm gonna do it. Oh, you prick. Alright, come down here, please. Thank you. Okay, now, whoops. Okay, so what was supposed to happen there is, like, unlock him with, Comet again. I had a bit of trouble with that, and also, like, I was really supposed to get all of the, all of the orbs without him interfering, but he did. So now he has all of them. We're going into Master Form using Thunder to get them all back. Like, look how quickly I'm getting them back. Each Thunder does, like, gets, like, 50, and each Master Form Thunder does, like, 4 Thunders. Alright, so now we're gonna get them all back, put them back in, now go back into Comet just to unlock them again. That was a good final phase. So that gave us, that fight awarded us a magnet upgrade on Sora, and it gave something to Goofy, I don't know, but it gave Donald Duck Flare, which is the most OP limit in this game. And we will see that in just a minute. Oh yeah, that fight is so awesome. I wish that fight went well so I could have showcased it in its glory. Okay, so I changed everyone's AI so they don't do anything, and I got rid of that Comet limit and put on Duck Flare instead. So in this fight, we just do a Magnet Trinity, and then put the kids in the boxes. Because I guess kids are presents, I guess. And like the places where they end up is random, so that was good. Okay, so now we're gonna summon Stitch because we're gonna have the bulky vendors here, and we want to get hit for one of them so we get EXP boost. So this Jack in the Box guy is gonna hit us. Thank you. So we're level 28 now, which is nice. Now we're gonna get on this skateboard again. Whoa, get on the skateboard, please. Oh, yeah. Alright, so here what we're gonna do. Shoot. Okay. That was just reflect into dance call, Jack's limit. Now, if you guys have any bless emotes, I'll take those now, please. And yes, thank you for plugging the charity. I'm definitely going to donate after my run. Here we just got to get 100 presents into these boxes, and it's annoying. It's almost as annoying as my mom. And yeah, the lock, shock, and barrel just trying to interfere with you the entire way. I have no big ones. Where's the big one? Okay. Alright, so now the first fight that has duck flare is coming up. Against the experiment. One duck flare. Doing a combo with the duck flare RC in the middle. Going the duck flare finisher, and look how much damage this is gonna do. Gonna use an ether midway through. Guard this. Oh. Knock him apart. Whoa. Uh-oh. It's not gonna... You're not going back together, are you? Okay. Losing a little bit of time here. I need to knock him into the head here, but he won't go back together unless he's far enough away in the first place. There we go. Same thing here. 2 ethers so I can do it again. Reflect right into it. And now that's a wrap, folks. There we go. No, it wasn't RNG. It's just I tried to throw it into him when the part was already too close in the first place, and it's just bad luck. It's not really RNG though. So I just got the Keyblade that I'm going to be using for the rest of the game, a Decisive Pumpkin. But we're into my least favorite world in the game. There are bulky vendors here. I don't need them anymore. I'm good on the XP. This is Agrabah 2, and there are pretty much all the fights. Yeah, all the fights in this world are on the carpet, the magic carpet, and that's like, you know, the movement in it is a bit rough, and like because there's vertical placement of the enemies, it makes it a bit more tough. Okay, I think I got it. Good. Now just reflect. Okay. Hey guys, that fight went well. I know. My thing this marathon was hats and not yet Disney songs. What can I say except you're welcome? That you guys didn't have to hear my voice, my singing voice. So now we have to follow Jafar and just hit him when he powers up a spell, but the movement is always set. But just even though the movement mechanics in the carpet are a bit jank. So we have a fight with up here. I go to the edge here, do a magnet finishing leap. Let's get these guys. Good. Reflect, magnet, finishing leap. Ether. Oh! I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay, I saved it. I saved it. I guess the ether didn't go off in time. I don't know what happened there. You're supposed to ether to get full magic again? I thought it was gonna be dead there. Okay, now we have to just find these three little... Use magic on these three little things. This one you have to use thunder on. Just like that. Gotta use blizzard on this guy. That's... There we go. That wasn't blizzard, that was fire that I used. And down here we gotta use fire. There we go. Hey, what's up, awesomeness dude? What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Alright, so now we have a nice long auto-scroller, so I can sit and drink some tea, and talk to you guys. And also, I wanted to emphasize one thing. I do not consider myself better at video games than the average gamer. Even though what I'm doing seems really hard, it's just from a bunch of hard work that I put in. You know, it took me about a year to learn this game, and I'm still nowhere near satisfied with my time. You know, and there are tutorials out there, and there's a Discord. If this is something that you're interested in doing, you're more than welcome to message me. There are tutorials on YouTube by Ninten866. He's one of the, I think he's at second place in this game right now. But running this game is so just thoroughly invigorating, and it's an adventure. And I think you guys can see that in me when I'm playing. And so to showcase this, I'm just wholeheartedly honored. So, we got those bulky vendors because we wanted to get level 30 by the end of this fight, which I'm just about to get. Right there. So level 30 is a strength increase, and each world has what's called a battle level, which is just basically how much things are scaled to health-wise and how much damage they take based on your stats and stuff. This is battle level 30, so getting to level 30 is make or break to how much damage you'll deal here. Oh, thanks, guys. So it's make or breaks for Jafar right here. So we're going to save warp to get closer to him. Jafar is the only fight on the carpet that I actually enjoy fighting because it's free. Unless I actually make a mistake. It's Genie Jafar, that is. I forgot I still have this beret on. Alright, so we gotta go first hit his abs to stun him. Owie. Owie. There we go. Now we do this slide dash, which does a lot. You can do 3 combos. And do a 4th there. Now do the RC. Now we're gonna do 3 combos and then an extra little love tap. And that gets him to this HP gate that we need him to be. Reflect him grabbing us, okay? Do the same thing. I'll do 1 hit into Blizzard to get past the HP gate. 2 more combos. Do the RC again. Very good. And then just a few more combos. We'll finish him off. I know, right? That 6-pack. I wish I had that. Alright, that was a good fight. Genies are swole. Alright, so now we're going back to Beast Castle. There are only 2 fights there. Well, 2 more. I guess there was one at the beginning that we did. So, Awesomeness dude, you missed it. For each world so far, of the main worlds, the first visits, I changed my hat. Alright, so we got these guys. We're going to reflect into magnet, finishing leap, aerial spiral, finish them off. And we got these two folks. Where are ya? Is that gonna do enough damage? I think I put Waluigi head on first. I forgot that you knew that I had that. Alright, so that fight was a bit slow, and it's okay though. Now we have Zaldin. We're gonna be putting on Master Form. Zaldin is such a hard fight casually, but if you know the speedrun strat, it's almost free. So we're gonna get these 9 jump commands. I can't mash that hard though. Gotta get 3 more. Okay. Do all 9. These do a lot of damage. So I'm gonna revert and go into Duck Flare, and that'll be it. And that's it. If that strat messes up, I don't really know what to do, because like that's just the way he is. He's rarely vulnerable to like traditional means casually. Right? Alright, so now we have to fight, spoiler alert, it's Riku. He's gonna do a combo into whoops. Into reflect. I'm gonna do a Trinity. Then we're gonna go limit form. Okay, that was good. Wisdom form for movement. That fight was just, you don't kill him the entire way. It's just an HP gate. Bulky vendor there, we don't need him. We've already got all the XP we need. Oh, this fight is fun. Remember how I told you Magnet Trinity is pretty darn powerful? Hey, Ada! What's going on? Now we have snipers. Shotgun, though. Alright, you got Trinity. Owie. Okay, that was a bit rough. That's okay though. Where'd the HP go? It went under my bed. That's the bad things to say if you're a tour guide. If you need anything at all, I'll be under your bed. Alright, this is Storm Rider. We're going to be using Genie with him. Gonna do a few hits here. Grab on. Into Valor Genie. I'm gonna do a full combo. Whoa! This is not going the way I'd like it to go. Okay, I think I got enough damage. Sorry I wasn't commentating. It didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. Please be enough damage. I think I got it. Okay. Oh yeah, I know I make really funny faces when I'm really into it. I hope you guys got some exhibit of that. Oh, and you got a new playset? Awesome.
What's that? Maybe that's the... And there's something funny about... Look, it's another... I don't know what's going
Alright, last gummy mission of the run. Let's get down to business.
Bring it on.
Oh, I do have one more hat. It's not as overwhelming. It's not as awesome as the other ones. It's a NES controller hat, though. It's kind of cool. I kind of got all the progressively wacky ones out of the way first. Oh yeah, I forgot I can try on this. Let's try. I'd hope you mean that in a good way. And I will own the fact that I'm a wacky guy. If you guys happen to be just joining us, this is for a GoFundMe for a friend of the host Shadow A, who is going through some intense grief. So I'm definitely going to donate as soon as this run's over. Any donations are welcomed and appreciated. Oh yeah, Hey, awesomeness dude, you call that the twerking man, you know, outside the tire shop. Oh yeah, and there are going to be some good runs this weekend too. Blindfolded Sonic. Wait, no? Oh man, okay. What if I learn it in the next, like, day? Oh, it was, okay. Alright, can you guys go away, please? Thank you. Okay. So, one of the things that I do is, the fight against Roxas casually is probably, I don't know if it's harder or what than Zaldin, but it is one of the hardest fights casually. But the speedrun strat, at least the one I use, is free as hell. So I do that blindfolded. So I can't do a blindfolded Sonic, but I'll do that. well, it's a blindfolded like 30 seconds or so. Alright, so we have to go all the way to the mansion again. Thankfully, we have some skateboards. The fight at the mansion, Mickey's gonna be there. We don't want his help too much, because he can knock enemies away. We're gonna have Genie, and we're gonna be using Magnet and his, Genie limits together to do boatloads of damage. Like Carnival Cruise loads of damage. Because the amount of health that these enemies have is a lot. So we're gonna summon him right when that snipe was about to hit us. Oh, okay. Ish, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna jump back to Magnet into this limit. And it's gonna get rid of them all. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna quick run away, do the same thing. Thank you, Mickey. I'll do one more. Oh, wow. Owie. You're gonna get him, Mickey? Okay, we're gonna go over here. Do the same thing. Alright, Genie's gone now. Usually Genie should, stay. Oh, there's one more. Just okay. All right, so that fight normally you should have Genie until the end of it. Didn't go the way I planned, but that's okay. I think I should have done like the limit finisher to those creepers, but that's okay. Alright, so now we're taking like a portal back to Roxas world. Ooh, touch the light. Step into the light. Alright, now we have a really tough fight with our boy Axel. Axel's actually my favorite Kingdom Hearts character. Alright, so we're gonna start with a vicinity break. We're gonna reflect, magnet, finishing leap, fire into duck flare. And that'll be it for this pre-fight. Got it memorized? Alright, so now it's just Sora and Axel. So our main goal here is to keep all these enemies together. Oh, they're not all together. This is not going that well. Alright. So if they were all together, then like those magnets would do a lot of damage to them. To all of them. I don't really know what... See, like, there's not really a fast strat if they get all separated like this. Man. And see, like, some of them only spawn, like, after one has died. Alright, is it just this one left? Alright, no one saw that fight. No one saw it. No one saw it. Right? I'm not even sure like if it would have been faster to die there to try it again. So that fight just went incredibly slow. I'm gonna be talking and I'm gonna take a damage at one point. It's okay. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we in there, boys and girls. We got a menu coming up. Oh, no problem. Alright, so I put on this 2 become 1 Keyblade, among other abilities. So that puts me into Anti-Form. Anti-Form is a form that you have a chance of going into after using Drive Forms enough, but we routed in to make sure we don't unless we plan on it. There we go. But it lowers like anti-points, which lower the points that give us a chance to go into that. Because we need to go into a form against Zigber. 5. Okay, put on the Hero's Crest Keyblade from earlier because you do air combos. Oh, no problem. Oh, thanks guys for all that. Alright, so this is a really fun fight. But if it goes wrong, we're gonna die. Alright, we're gonna reflect this at first. He's gonna shoot 3 sets of lasers, and then we're gonna go into Duck Flare. Finisher with an RC. Into the Duck Flare finisher. I need to get him just under 3 bars. Valor. Finisher. 1 hit into fire. Back into Duck Flare. And going in for the kill. Oh, okay. He teleported. I thought it was... If he teleported anywhere else, then he was gonna DM. Yeah, so we like skipped like half of his moves there. That's not the form I wanted to go in. Oh well. You want to go Wisdom form here for movement? I went into Master form. Now you get to see me do Ballerina move. Alright, so we go from one of my favorite fights in the game to effectively my least favorite fight in the game. We equip Oblivion on Valor form. We're going to be using that later. So the fight against Luxord is based on a time bar, meaning he doesn't take damage the normal way. So he turns us into a dice first. We're going to run away and jump into him to get this gauge down. Okay. Do a combo into Thunder. So he just either that card's attack or like this mini game. If he does the card's attack, we just jump away and reflect. Oh, okay. I gotta heal. I thought I was gonna die there. Okay, this is the other attack. This is what we want. There's that RC. We don't do it. We just do an attack into reflect into Okay. Really? So the main aim is to prevent him from going underground like that. It wastes a lot of time, but I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. Oh, okay. Sometimes the cards follow him, sometimes they don't. It's annoying. Okay. So this is the DM. You could skip it, but like it does risk. It involves limit form, and if you do it wrong, you lose all your drive. Okay, so there's this mini game here. There we go. And a quick little blizzard will finish him off. Okay, I'm glad I didn't die there. That's a very annoying fight to die to. Okay, now we have a really fun fight also in Syx. So guys, you only have a handful of fights until the end. Well, it depends how big your hands are. Alright, so Syx. It's really fun. We're gonna go into Duck Flare after he's vulnerable. Do a combo, and once he lands, go into the finisher. 5 aerial spirals. Do a combo again. Limit guard into Zantetsuken. Into ours. Revert into Duck Flare. Do 3 aerial spirals, 2 ethers. Combo. Into Duck Flare again, and that's a wrap, folks. That is a wrap. That was a perfect fight. Now we have our boy Riku. We equip an elixir and take Riku's ethers. Put them on auto reload. That's the last menu of the game. I did pretty good. I think I had just one menu mistake this entire run. So now we're going to Xemnas 1. Xemnas 1, what we're going to be doing is a lot of clever reflect combos. So like if you do a reflect and then another attack and then another reflect, then both of those reflects will do damage. Whereas if you just do like 3 reflects in a row, only one of them will do damage. So we're going to be doing like reflect to a little hit into reflect a bunch of times, and it does a lot of damage. Let's do the RC here. It's the 3rd RC that does the most damage. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna land on the top of the stairs here. We're gonna do a combo. Whoa. That's not where I wanted you to go. Alright. Reflect, slide top, reflect. Oh, come over here, yeah. Okay, I didn't want that combo, but it'll take him down here. I'll take it. Whoa. Alright. Alright. What you got for me? Shoot. Okay. Now limit form for the DM skip. Okay. So that building attack, he'd do it again if he gets to like 1.2 bars and is left alone for a while, for long enough. But I skipped that by going to limit form and making sure he didn't have that kind of time. Alright, so now we're in the start of endgame fights. Oh, yeah, you're right, dude. That was definitely a very clean Sykes. And in runs, my Sykes rarely go that well. Okay, I don't know why, but before Ansem 1, my party had Riku and Donald, but after it, it has Riku and Goofy. It's just scripted, I guess. I'm just noticing my pullover is inside out. Whoops. So these guys just need one hit, so we just do magnets on them. Then we just need to give them one more hit. There we go. So here, we're gonna do one magnet. Now we got limit form prepped. Oh wait, we need to get Riku out of the party. Oh. I was wrong about that. I messed up there. Oh well. I'm done. We need the main three in the party. Alright, so we're gonna do a Master Form Magnet. It's gonna make all the enemies spawn. Do a combo on them. Then we have our party back. We're gonna do a Magnet Trinity to get our drive back. Do Ultima to do a bunch of damage. Or to gather a bunch of hits. Now, this should kill them all. Alright, use an Ether. Summon Genie. We're gonna do the Genie buffer strat again. Let's gather some orbs. Orb. Okay, good. Take that hit. Good. Pull them all in with this same sort of limit. Same sort of thing. Oh, baby. Alright. They're all gone. We're gonna use Duck Flare for to get our drive back, because we're gonna go Valor form again. Look at all this damage it's gonna do. Dang. Okay, now enemies are coming from above, so I gotta do air combos. What? I was in the air. Okay.
Gather.
That's never happened before, folks.
Let's go.
What's the time? Okay, I think I'm still underestimate. Alright, let's do this again. Let's get these orbs.
Give me strength. Gather.
Really?
Back off. Take this. Give me strength. Back off. This is it.
Okay. Made it that time. Right, it's always that marathon thing. Okay, Armored in this one, I'm gonna do a combo, then reflect. Okay, there's gonna be death all around us. Okay, now he's gonna do this barrier, so we'll reflect, thunder, reflect the finisher. Now bringing Donald back to Duck Flare, finish him off. So, I know this is ostensibly a Kingdom Hearts game, but I just did some arbitrary code execution about 3 seconds ago, because now we're facing the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yep. You just activated my trap card. It's time to duel. Yeah, so this is an auto-scroller. It's called Dragon's Demnus, but of course my split for it is just called Blue Eyes White Dragon. So if we absorb enough lasers, we can do this, what we call Mega Laser, but we plan out when exactly to do it for optimal times. Whoops. Okay. I think one of them... Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, I love Palutena in Smash 5. So we use a Mega Laser there that effectively gets rid of it. Oh, there's someone left. There we go. So there's this fight, and 2 fights left. So, I think I'm still going to be underestimate. Ow. It's hard to dodge those rockets, so I just try to clank them. And you can, like, do a finisher cancel here. I'm not really good at it, though. To, like, use it in conjunction with everything else. That's what the top level runners do. Alright, so now these little snowflake lasers are coming back, so I gotta keep on the move. Okay, good. I think one of the bombs is still around. Yep. A little tiny explosion. Alright, one more phase, and I can't heal, so... Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice that you started the timer late. Yeah, yeah, boo. As Palutena. Excuse me, you should be dead right now. Okay. So, that's that fight. So we have Armored Xemnas 2 now. It's a 3-phase fight. He's gonna knock us away 2 different times at HP gates. So I'm gonna run up, reflect into a combo, and then do 2 combos. And then he's gonna hit me. Now I'll do a reflect, thunder, reflect combo. Let's do a potion. I thought Riku was gonna heal me. So he knocks us away. We gotta find a building. Do the RC for. Alright, now we have like a bunch of, excuse me, movement abilities. We're gonna be using those. So we gotta get back. We have glide. Okay, he used to the swipe, so now he's gonna do that. Reflect, thunder, reflect. Guard break, we're gonna. Okay, that was good. He's gonna knock us away. Now he's got these snowflake lasers. We gotta fall. And I'm free. Free falling. Whoa. Okay, there you are. The building placements each phase are the same. Alright. Last phase, and then we have the last fight. He retaliates earlier in the final phase. Okay. So I wanted to use an ether there because I want effectively full magic by the last fight. You're right. Dude, Shadow, I'd be happy to like Uber you some food or something. Alright, so we're gonna reflect the beginning and do cleverly timed reflects to do damage to him. Oh, I didn't plan for that to happen.
Anger and hate are supreme.
Yep, it is the final fight, but you have like 2 minutes at least. Oh, what? Okay, we have a little cutscene, so I can have a sip of tea. So we reflect into Riku's limit. We want to get Zemi down to around 4 bars, and this limit will get us to about where we need. Oh, that's really good on damage. Okay, we have our elixir primed. So we're gonna go limit form. Combo into ours. Love tap into ours. Combo. Use the elixir. Now we're back into the phase here. And that's a wrap, folks. I gotta mash X and try the final fight after the death. Thank you, guys. Again, I open this marathon. I don't know who's hosting has, so once he said, "Hey, I'm doing this," it's like, okay, where's the link to sign up? You know, it's super fun. And I'm off the rest of the day, so I will be around for the marathon. We have about, I don't know, a 30 or 40-second cutscene, and then time. If this is your first time seeing this kind of run, I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a handful of deaths, but that's what happens. My PB still has like 3 of them in it. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the marathon. Alright, Shadow, get ready on time. I'm gonna do it. The time is when the thunder hits. And time. Bad. All right. We did it. I think I got my final thoughts across. Just, yeah, that was a heaping spoonful of main justice. Thank you all guys for joining me. I'll be here for the rest of the marathon. Hope you guys have a lot of fun. And please donate. Thank you guys.
Sora, I can't.
Goodbye.
Don't say another word. It's not over. It's just not.